Hi, it's John here from See You on the Start Line podcast. I'm the event coordinator and race director of CJM'S events. This podcast is to give everyone an update on what's happening at CJM'S events each week. Coming up, we've got Ride the Wilderness, Wine Run, Bridge to Bridge, Gold Trail, and the Graveler. Okay, but first up, we've got Ride the Wilderness. Now, there's lots happening with Ride the Wilderness. This is on Saturday week, and with the closure of the Totra Bridge for safety reasons, this has had an impact on the West Coast Wilderness Trail, especially down at Ross. So we wanted to get a remedy that would actually keep the event happening at Ross. And our first immediate thoughts were that we could have the riders cross the Totra River, or basically for them to attempt to ride across the river. This is achievable, but over the last few weeks the water levels have been a lot higher than what they had been, so we had to find another alternative and a remedy for it, which we have found. So on the 16th, that is Saturday week, the race will now be 125 kilometres, which will basically keep everyone with dry feet throughout the whole 125 as long as it's not raining. The race itself will start out still outside the Ross eyesight and will travel 8 kilometres down on State Highway 6 until they reach a property owned by Matt Newton. He's with Precision Helicopters, where the riders will take a left to go in past Matt's property, his house, past the sheds. He's created a trail that will connect across to Ngātahu Forestry Trail Road, which is actually being developed at the moment for some forestry. Riders will go down across this new road that's been put in for the harvesting of trees in that area, and then they'll pop out into the Westland Schist property, which is owned by Jason and Anne Jones, and they are a great couple who have given us permission to come down through the subdivision there and then back out onto the trail on State Highway 6, and then everyone will continue along with the ride as what it is normally. We did have some other issues that were right in front of us, and we were watching it very, very closely. That was the work that was happening on the flood bank from Hokitika Bridge down to the milk factory. This work had been delayed because of weather, and while it was meant to be finished basically about 8 weeks ago, this was still continuing on. It was very hard to get a decision out of the Regional District Council there on the coast, and the contractor's been Henry Adams Contracting, and Henry and Kerry, they basically got in behind it, got the work done, and we'll be able to use that as well. So that's great news for the whole race, the 125k now, and the 95k that starts from Hokitika going to Greymouth. That will start outside Wedderson Island as well. There might be a bit of rough shingle on that about there, but the 95k will start at Wedderson Island entrance. So it makes the 125k will be coming into Hokitika. They'll go under the bridge onto the new part of the trail and continue on as it has every other year, and the 95k starting at Wedderson Island entrance. Generally, the Ross riders reach Hokitika about the same time as what the start is from the Ross riders to reach Hokitika at the same stage. So these riders can then latch on to the riders doing the longer race as well. We've had a lot of questions about Cowboy Paradise, whether the race is still starting up there. The answer is yes. This was arranged with Mike before he went on his wee vacation, and it will be still starting up there. So everyone's concerns about whether the race would start at Cowboy Paradise, they still will. Then we've got the Kumara race, which starts at the entrance to the trail, just down on Greenstone Road. So we've got 4 races. It's a Saturday week. It's the Ross to Greymouth 125k, Hokitika to Greymouth 95k, Cowboy Paradise to Greymouth 59k, and the Kumara to Greymouth 21k. Entries to this close on Sunday, this coming Sunday, so you need to make sure you get your entry in. There is still transport available from Greymouth down to Ross, Hokitika, to Cowboy Paradise and to Kumara, but for that transport you need to get in quick because it is, when I say very limited, it is very limited. Right, so yeah, we look forward to seeing you all at Ride the Wilderness. This is basically about 86% of gravel, and the record for it is 3 hours 47 and a few seconds, so it is a quick ride. So let's see if someone can go under 3 hours 47 this year. Right, coming up, we have got on the 18th of January 2025 a run that is different. This is Wine Run, and it's held at Rosendale Wines out on Old Tie Tap Road in Hallswell in Christchurch. So you need to put Saturday the 18th of January in your diary now and get ready to have the time of your life. It's known as the best run ever, really. It's what everyone probably dreams about. It's a 5k or a 10k run, walk, dance, however you want to get around the vineyard. So we set up a 5k loop. This is 5k's, 5 wine k's, because a wine k can vary from from k to k and probably lap to lap as well. And there we have wine tastings around the vineyard. The plan is to be wine tasting every 1k. This may change slightly due to the liquor licensing. They wish for us to have not as many wine tastings throughout that under the license, but we'll keep everyone up to date to there. This is an R18 event, and it is heaps of fun. So what do you get with your registration? There is access to Wine Run, there's a bag drop, there's a memorabilia Wine Run glass at the finish, so you don't actually get a medal, you get a Wine Run glass. With that Wine Run glass you get a Wine Run coin, and that Wine Run coin can be redeemed at the bar with your favourite wine that you had in the tastings around the vineyard. There's cheese and crackers at every wine tasting station. There is electrolytes and water drinks, and also Vista wine flavoured sparkling water as well throughout the course. We have live entertainment as well, so we have 3 entertainers that will be singing, entertaining for you. There's buses to and from the vineyard, so you get to choose which option you wish to do. If you're coming from as far afield as Ashburton or Rangiora, there are buses from there. There's buses from Kirwee, from West Melton, and all around Christchurch as well. So there's no excuses. No one needs to be drinking and driving. We've had no incidents whatsoever around the event in the last 6 years. This is the 7th year the event has been held. It is a total enjoyable wine event that you've been to. There's the average age for it is about 44-year-old females, being 92% of the participants. So it's at Rosendale Wines. You're tasting Rosendale wines throughout there. So this is an event you need to register for. It's great fun. The after party goes on till 9 o'clock. The bar closes at 8:30. Singers stop at 9 o'clock, and the buses leave at 9:15. And we work on a wine currency, so you can buy a Wine Run coin. It's a specially made coin for Wine Run. They're $8 per coin, so you get a drink, a wine, or a beer, whatever, for that coin. We have food trucks there as well, so it keeps you well nourished, and we try to keep you as hydrated as we can as well throughout there. There will be free water throughout the event as well. That is at the after party. So make sure you put in the 18th of January. It starts at 4 o'clock. The run does, or walk. Most people walk through the vineyard. We have a best dress competition. It's just heaps and heaps of fun. So make sure you get into that. Other events we've got coming up on Sunday the 1st of December is Bridge to Bridge mountain bike ride. Now the original Bridge to Bridge mountain bike ride was a 58k ride from the Waimak Gorge down to State Highway 1, and we had a 30k ride that first year. There was something like 308 riders in the 58k, and I think there's 10 riders in the 30k. And we've now operating this with 4 bike races throughout the day. We introduced 12k for recreational riders from Hall Road, and as well for 7-year-olds and up, and parents can ride with the children as well. We just need to make sure you're registered as a support rider for that event. In 2018, we introduced the Enduro, which is 115k, and that goes up the north bank of the Waimak Bridge and then back down the south bank. The rides of all the rides that are taking place, they are races, and everyone's receive category age group prizes. It's what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there, sorry. It's on the 1st of December. It's on the Waimakariri, the south bank of the Waimakariri River is the majority, except for the Enduro. And we have the start for the Enduro, starts at 6:45, and 6:45 for the 115k. Then at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, sorry. Now I've mixed up my times, what the time the race starts. We have the start of the Waimak Gorge for the 58k, the Willows, Hall Road, and everyone were estimated to be finished by 1 o'clock to do the prize giving. So it basically starts at 9 o'clock for 9 o'clock is the race start. Just trying to get myself worked out on what time that started. It is 9 o'clock. There's a start at 6:45. Enduro riders just get to the gorge in time for the 58k ride start. So that is one you want to jump into, the 1st of December. Then other events coming up, we've got Gold Trail on the 1st of February, 1st of February 2025. That's Shantytown to Moana. That's Moana Lake Brunner. So Gold Trail, as I say, starts in Shantytown. You start down the main street of Shantytown, outside the Golden Nugget Hotel. Right out of Shantytown, you go at 9k up the road and go into the Ngātahu Forests, and that goes up Mosquito Creek. So you go up Mosquito Creek, which is some people really enjoy that. There's a couple of mean hills in it. People do get to know their bikes well. Some people may turn around and need to walk their bikes and have a good old chat to it at the time, but it's just amazing because you're going through so much beauty. There's ferns, pungas, huge ringu trees and that throughout that whole area. There's been a lot of harvesting going over the last 3 or 4 years, but there's still some magnificent trees growing throughout there. So you make your way up through the forestry, then you pop out down and come around the dairy farm at Aratika, round that, back out onto the Arnold Valley Road for about 400 metres, up Thomas Brunner Road, and then you go into a beehive and a bee farm and a moss farm, and pop out into a subdivision, and then back down to the shores of Lake Brunner, across the swing bridge, across the Arnold Valley River, and then down the main street of Moana to finish in front of the Hotel Lake Brunner. It is such a cool ride. It starts approximately 40k because there can be some variations, especially around the dairy farm, or if there's any harvesting happening. So about 46k. We have a couple of cut-offs that you need to be able to meet before you go into the dairy farm. If not, we get you to carry on down the road and carry on through to Moana without going around the dairy farm if you haven't reached that cut-off. But it's just a magic event, and it is true West Coast untamed natural wilderness, well and truly in there. Then 2 weeks later, we have the 15th of February, which the Graveler early bird entries close this Sunday as well. So if you're wanting to ride the wilderness, you need to enter on Sunday. And if you want to save some dollars on the Graveler, enter before midnight on Sunday as well for that one. The Graveler is up at starts and finishes at Hamner, or the start is at the top of now I forgot the top of the intersection, of Top House and Clarence Valley Road, and you go up Molesworth Road. So it's the top of Jack's Pass, So that's where the start is. It's 8k from where the finish is, from Hanmer. It's up Jack's Pass. You go up there And the race goes up Molesworth Road towards Molesworth Station. It just covers some picturesque area, which is seemingly barren landscapes, one of the picturesque most barren landscapes in New Zealand. Riders cross the Waihao Clarence River, and they continue up Akron River until you reach the Severn confluence. Then as you cross through there and bypass Tarndale Station and come to Sedgemoor Lakes, where you then travel down the Rainbow Road, and all the way down Rainbow Road goes to Top House Road, and then you come down Jack's Pass and finish in the Hamner Springs Domain. This is such a cool ride. Say 132k of gravel, 400 metres of tar, and we have a 70 metre finish line as you come into the Hamner Springs. So that you need to get into this race. It is magic. If you want to do it on an e-bike, you can do it on an e-bike as well, but you need to bring another spare 2 charged batteries for it. 1 battery is not enough, which a lot of riders found out last year. So you need to make sure you're into that one. It's a fantastic weekend. It's Saturday, the 15th of February. Last year we ran it on a Sunday. The majority of people asked if it could be on the Saturday, so we've changed it to the Saturday. If you're looking for accommodation, you need to get hold of Hamner Holiday Homes. They're a great supporter of the event, and get a holiday home sorted out for the event for that weekend. So those are the key events that we've got coming up. You need to be able to jump in and make sure you're going to be doing those races. There are limited entries, especially for around the Graveler, as we wait for the concession confirmation coming through, and you need to be able to be in that. Last year we had 200 riders in that. There were about 230 registered, then 30 pulled out for various reasons. So there's over 200 last year. We're estimating it could be double that come 15th of February. So get into it. So the events we've got coming up before Christmas is Ride the Wilderness. That's on Saturday week, the 16th of November. Colour Zone Run on the Sunday, the 24th of November. Bridge to Bridge on the 1st of December. And the Canterbury Half Marathon on the 8th of December. Canterbury Half Marathon field is really coming in quickly. We will have the percentage of vacancies still on that out in the next 2 or 3 days, but the recommendation is if you want to do it, get into it now. Remember, when entering, we recommend that you purchase the withdrawal insurance and cancellation insurance, as Ride the Rakaia showed that all of a sudden an event can be cancelled when we have no control over it. So when you're entering, why not grab yourself a memorabilia t-shirt, or it's a bike race, cycling top as well. The t-shirts are $39.95 and the cycling tops are $69.95. Great value at that price. You can sign up and promote the events and raise funds for your sports club, scouts, school, or whatever, or even do it for yourself. But remember, all those key dates and early bird entries are out in our email, and when events are closing, all dates for the events and that can be viewed at our webpage at cjmsevents.co.nz, or if you wish to ask any questions, just email me at john@cjmsevents.co.nz, text or call me on 027 226 7769. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time. And we'll see you on the start line. And that start line, the next start line, is Saturday the 16th of November at Ride the Wilderness. Thanks.